Hi there, everyone. My name is Joe. Welcome to Sacred Druid Tarot. Um, these messages are guided through the highest introspection of your mind. So, you know, if you are not in a state to receive those messages, if you have been struggling, to view yourself at your highest potential, which a lot of us do, right? If you have been sort of feeling like you are unable to express yourself creatively or move towards the things that you want, I advise that maybe you come back when you are in a space to receive, in whatever way that may be, maybe in all the ways, right? I don't know. There's certain things that I say in the beginning of each of my videos that I kind of think lead the message. So some of you may not be ready to hear this, or maybe you're just not prepared for what's coming, or you're maybe not aware of what's happening right now. I actually just posted a video that was titled Spirit is guiding you towards this, and you don't even see it coming. And you don't even see it yet, or something. You don't even see it coming yet. I don't remember. It's something like that. I just posted it. It's terrible. I should remember. I actually have a great memory. I should remember, but I just don't, because it's still actually uploading. So I haven't seen the full title in real time. But it's giving that kind of in a way. But that message for that collective was ready to move towards, just like slowly letting go of the old pieces of themselves and parts they no longer resonated with and things along that line. And this may be something you're like not yet ready to discover, or you have to get prepared for this. This could be somebody coming in. This could be an opportunity coming in as well. I did a little bit of a different spread that I'm accustomed to, but that I don't do all the time on camera. Yesterday for that reading, and I think today I'm gonna do your energy, the energy that you're moving through in an outcome. And this could, that your energy, that the energy that you're moving through could also be your person as well. We're going to see when we get further into it, because I am kind of getting I'm sorry, I am kind of feeling the energy of another person. I'm trying to figure out which deck I want to use, but let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards, since I can't really make up my mind on what tarot deck I want to use. I'm hearing, it's a beautiful night, we're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Just say I do. Tell me right now, baby. That's such a good song. Bruno Mars has such good music. But that's the vibe for this. At least that's the song I'm hearing. Maybe you just met somebody and you're infatuated, or maybe you're going to a wedding. Maybe that's where you're going to meet this person, if it is a person. Maybe you are a wedding planner. Let's see. I know I'm picking them back up, but I'm just not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I gotta shuffle this in 2 decks, right? Because it's so fucking large. Oh, excuse me. It's so large. Tell me right now, baby. Tell me right now, baby, baby. Oh. There's a little chapel on the boulevard we can go. No one will know. So come on, girl. I love that song growing up, and it's so like funny that it's coming in here. Tell me right now, baby, baby. Oh. Oh. I hope everyone's having a great day. It's been a good day. It's been so beautiful outside. I was out earlier, got some fresh air. I did a workout, so it's been a good day. I've been trying to get back on my workout game just because I was off of it for a while. Yes! Yes! I'm sorry, but this is just, there's a little bit of resistance, but at the end of the day, we're going to talk about it. So you have your oracles, and we're going to start with the top three. Actually, we're going to go this way. You have heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Wall, misunderstanding, and lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. So I think that there is somebody right now that, if you're not feeling this, if this isn't a love reading for you, if you're like, well, I'm not in love, I don't want love, I want this and that and this and that, right? I need hand lotion, so I'm so sorry, but got to whip the bag out. They're just feeling a bit dry, not moisturized. If you are not dealing with a person, this may not be your reading. I'm going to keep it 100. It could be. You can stay tuned, whatever. I don't even know how many views my videos get. So I just kind of post them and do it for fun, right? So anyways, wind chimes, peace and harmony, wall, misunderstanding, lightning, control your anger, you will be sorry. Those are just hitting me so hard. So I think that there is a person here that you are deeply afflicted by. And when I say afflicted, I don't necessarily mean a bad way. I just think that you have a deep resonance with them, and you are very connected to them, and you want a bond to build here, or a bond already is building. And, I think that there's a lot of love and care and respect and understanding in this connection. But I also think that you are not 100% vulnerable with this person, and vice versa. I think that there is a good little road to go regarding this connection. And I think that it's going to take some preparation, some gear to climb this mountain wall here. It's going to take some gear to get over this wall and to really overcome this obstacle. I'm seeing something about blue and green climbing gear. But yeah, so I think that this is something that's really close to your heart. I think that maybe, there's been something that didn't quite go as planned. Maybe you had a disagreement, or something here you just don't see eye to eye on, and it's something that you're having to overcome. This could also be your heart, right? This could also be you really starting to figure yourself out and trying to be open to love and trying to be your best self. And, in the beginning, we kind of talked about being receptive to the message, and maybe you're just not at that point. But maybe there's a love that's coming in, and maybe you just aren't at that point. Or there's something here that's coming in, and maybe you just aren't at that point to receive it yet. Again, I don't know. Doesn't always have to be the case, right? But it's just that feeling of, well, I want to be irrational. I want to be irritated with the way things are going. Why aren't things moving forward here? There is a holdup, and I think it's because you have to open yourself up. You have to be willing to communicate effectively. And, I think that you really want to be with this person, or you really want to move into this next phase of your life. But I think that it's taking some time. It's maybe taking longer than you would like it to. Maybe this person isn't opening up in the way that you would like them to, and you are open and receptive, and maybe they are not here. But it still could be a part of, your message overall, right? So there's something with that here. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next row. You have Seahorse, Family Matters, Heart, Great Happiness, August, the month of August, and Marriage. Okay, so there's something that's about coming into union. Again, there's something about that. Tell me right now, baby, baby. Oh, maybe there's an answer that you're wanting from this person. Because I keep singing that part. Maybe there's an answer, a proposal that's coming here, and you want an answer. You want all the rags and the riches. I'm just hearing that with this person. You could be a masculine that is courting a feminine. And gender doesn't matter, right? Like, we're not here to judge who loves who, what gender you're with. Blah. So it's all a 3D projection. Any of the hate that is rooted in that is all a 3D projection anyways. Okay. Maybe that's something to do with your family here, like the Seahorse with Family Matters. I mean, maybe you're wound so tightly to your family and their expectations that you're unsure of what you want, or maybe it causes grief, sorrow, anger. Maybe it causes chaos within you and you really don't want that. And this person is already open to that, or this person's open to same sex and you're not, or this person's open to non-traditional, non-conventional marriage and you're not, or blah, blah. There's just something here that's not congruent. It's not aligned 100% here. It's kind of like trying to like wedge something together that doesn't quite fit yet, right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. I think there's an opportunity here for a lot of happiness, for a lot of love and contentment and a lot of prosperity. However, I do think that this is going to come with some challenges, and I think that it's rightfully so. Again, there's just something here. Maybe somebody cares more about appearances and somebody doesn't, or somebody, again, cares more about the physicality of it and somebody else doesn't. And, there's something of that nature here. Okay, but I do sense that this person is committing to you, or you are committing to this person. This could happen in August, or this was a significant month for the both of you. Maybe you have a birthday in August, they have a birthday in August, you met in August initially, or your anniversary for your date, like when you started officially dating is in August, something of that nature. Maybe you took a significant trip with this person in August. Maybe they're going to propose in August, whatever the case, right? So let's go ahead and get into the next row. I do feel that significantly. There's a huge family tie though. And we're gonna try to get into that more. I mean, it's not the biggest thing, but there's something about maybe family perception and the way that they view things, the way that they've always done things, okay? You have Bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. And Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Okay, so I do think that you are moving towards this person. I think that you are, moving towards this opportunity. And I think that maybe it's causing you a bit of unrest. I think that maybe, your safety and numbers with your family over this may crumble, or not necessarily completely wipe them out, but just really change their perspective of you as well. And it's not a bad thing, but I think that there's something here that they need to realize, okay? There's something here that needs to come to light about the situation. And I think that you need to recognize that. I think that in order to fully commit to this, in order to fully give yourself and receive willingly. I think that you need to change your perspective a little bit. I believe that there is a compromise at hand, and I think that it's going to take some time. I think it's going to take some confusion. You know, there may be a bit of a which direction am I moving in as you go through this, and you know, it may not always be clear. That could be the obstacle. Maybe it's not always clear with this person. You know, maybe you're married to this person and it's not always clear. Maybe you're married to this person and you know, you're changing and evolving with one another, and you're letting go of the person that they were to accompany the person that they are. I've personally never been married, but I would only hope that the person that I am with can adjust themselves to who I'm becoming, and not saying that they need to change for that, but adjusting to that, learning to maneuver the new person I am, because we don't like to sit there and say these things, but, and this is a message for you. I'm not making it about me because I'm not even in a relationship right now. I've been single about 6 months and it's been amazing. It's been life-changing, lots of different perspectives and meeting lots of new people in my current workplace and etc. Right? Posting these videos now. So anyways, but it's not really pertaining to me. I was kind of setting like an example of like, I would only hope that, yeah. So you probably get it. Anyways, you know, I think that I like kind of lost track, veered off a little bit. Channeling is hard sometimes, especially on camera. Because I feel like I need to keep it kind of structured and to the point, but it's like, I do want to say what I'm feeling. I do want to say what is evoking me every piece. I just want to get every single freaking word out, and I can't always. But sometimes we are unable to have adaptability, to move and flow, ebb and flow with the tides that come and go. You know, it's just like an ocean, right? Like, waves come crashing to shore at night. You know, just like the chemistry when you first meet somebody. I mean, it's, well, hopefully, right? They're an enigma. They're this amazing, mysterious person that you just want to know all about. And, you know, you hit certain peaks, and you go into valleys, you go into lows, you go into highs, and you plateau sometimes, right? That's a relationship. Like, that's true love. A lot of the times you see high, and a really low dip, or high, and you slowly taper to a plateau. You taper off to level, and you become content, but maybe not 100% fulfilled. And this is a really big message, obviously, for this. Maybe you are not prepared for this shift, you know, and whatever this is, you know, take it as it resonates, what your situation is at this time. Doesn't have to be about romantic love, but I am sensing that here. So this is just about being true to yourself and being open and receptive, like we talked about in the very beginning, to what it is that is changing here, to what is going to have to be adjusted in your day-to-day life in order to be equipped to move forward with this here. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. I think that was a great intro. I really loved the reading of these cards. Sometimes I love this deck, but sometimes I kind of get like a roadblock when I use Oracle cards, because I already have some downloads coming in, and then it kind of changes my perspective and the pace of things and how I want it. And it doesn't ever, it's never a negative impact. It never is, right? There's always information, but sometimes I don't feel as connected to the Oracle as I should be. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes that happens with tarot, right? I'm going to keep a few of these cards out because they really are just standing out to me throughout this. So I usually stack them all together, but I am going to keep a few of these cards out. Just keep hearing that song. Maybe you're renewing your vows with somebody. You're renewing your vows. You're getting ready for that. There's this little chapel on the boulevard we can go. Whoa, whoa. No one will know. So come on, girl. No, it'd be fine. I was going to move the camera. But it's fine. So let's go ahead and see what we have going down for you. Maybe you want to move somewhere and your person is getting prepared for this, or you're getting prepared to move closer to your person's work home base, home base for work, or moving somewhere for a job maybe. Yeah, there's something about family here, or maybe maybe you and your person are like wanting an open relationship, or I don't know. There's a lot of just different messages that are coming through right now. We're gonna be open to it. We're gonna be receptive to whatever the stack has to offer. We're going to go with this, right? Wow. Really interesting energy that you are moving through at this time. If this is about being single or not being committed at this time and making a decision. If this is about being committed, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting energy here. I feel that you are, we're just going to hold off for a second. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself, huh? I'm sorry. These cards also drive me nuts. So you'll see me adjusting this just a smidge. Okay. Wow. This is really interesting here. You have 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This could be somebody from your past. Okay. And I say that we're going to get why I'm kind of saying that in a moment, but it doesn't have to be, right? I may pull more cards on this in a moment, just depending on how I'm feeling. We're going to see. So your energy right now, your energy is characterized, kind of an overview, by the 7 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So right now, I think that you are wanting to, I think this is a new, I think I'm going to be 100% transparent. I think this is a new person. It could be somebody from the past, that Seven of Swords, but it could just be you lingering on something. And again, not quite being prepared to move forward to this next level here. Okay. There is an opportunity of love here with the Ace of Cups. And I don't think that you see this. Cannot get this up with my nails right now. Hold the phone. I don't think that you really understand the magnitude of this and the clarity that you're going to need throughout this. Okay. And I say that because you have the Queen of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune here as well, as a part of your energy. Okay. So I think that you are not really prepared for how much clarity you're going to need. You're moving towards this very slowly, maybe because you're starting to recognize the type of clarity that this person wants or that you're going to need in order to move towards this, whatever this is. Okay. I'm seeing something about food and drink here again. And I was earlier before I even started this, seeing something about food and drink here. Maybe you go out together, or you meet this person out. Maybe they own a restaurant or they really love to take you out, or this is going to be your first date with them. I'm seeing like a really, a nice place to eat, like, a la carte type of place, like like the side is $10, $15, $20, $30 type of place. I don't know, right? Like I obviously don't know. I think this is a decent energy overall. Of course, I'm going to try to keep it general so that, you know, nobody gets too hyped up and then struggle comes along and people are like, oh my God, what a crazy message. What a, you know, and I'm not saying that any of my messages are crazy. But you know, just in the way that people receive it. Again, I mean, I don't know. There's something, maybe there's a hard pill to swallow here. The Star at the bottom of the deck, and it's also the energy you're moving through and or your person's energy, depending on how you're reading this, how you're taking this. Okay. I do think this is another person that you're dealing with here. I think that you may be very logical and, you know, you may want to take this very slowly. You may be, you know, starting a new job or looking at a new place to live. Again, maybe this is how you meet this person. And I think that it's taking some time for you to really realize that this is a part of your destiny, that this is, you've been waiting on this. You've been waiting on something here that is timeless, to be quite honest. That, you know, you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and really the game isn't in waiting. The game is in being open to accepting that this is coming into your life before it happens. So that's really the game here, right? With the Knight of Swords. Because it seems that this opportunity does want to come forth. It wants to make an appearance in your life. It's just how willing are you to let go of things that aren't serving you, ideas that aren't serving you, people that aren't serving you, opportunities that seemed great that just no longer do, right? How willing are you to let go of that and command something new in your life happen and create change, wield the sword in your own way to create change, right? So that's the energy that I'm seeing right now for you. I want to keep that very general because I do want to touch base on that when I clarify more and just get a better feel for everything. The energy that you're moving through, or the energy that your person is in at this time, is the Star, Queen of Cups, the Sun, Two of Pentacles, the Hermit. So, with this energy, I think that if this is a person, which we've been reading on it that way the whole time, Lovers at the bottom of the deck, so I will continue to, excuse me. This person and you, have a lot of connection. I think that they see a lot in you. They see a past, they see a future. They see, I'm not going to hold the Star up, even though it's really coming, like it's really sending me all types of messages right now because she has a naked body. And that, I think the Lovers might have too. Anyways, doesn't matter. But anywho, this person senses that they can have a brand new beginning with you and that they can have kids with you. And I think that right now they notice that you are open to this and that you both want this. And this is a beautiful thing. But, everything is not as it seems. And I don't say that in a bad way, but, this person may not be as open to this. Okay. This could be their energy. This person could not be as open to this, or maybe they sense that you are not as open to this as you let on. I sense that this person wants a huge commitment, a huge marriage with you. Okay. And once you are able to come to terms with your emotions for this person in your past here in this with this future outcome, I think things are going to start to shift for you. You have the Moon, the Magician, the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, and Ten of Pentacles. So with this energy in the future, I think that this person and you are really going to be expressive about your emotions. You're going to get real about what the offer is that stands here. Okay. This person does want to come together with you. If this is a person from the past, they want a second chance. I don't really feel that it is. But this could be. This person could want you to, could come towards you in a healing energy of, I want to heal things with you. I want kids with you. Are you receptive to this? I may, be a little bit indecisive about the direction of my life, but I'm not indecisive about us. Interesting, right? So, there's something here about that with that Two of Pentacles and that Six of Cups. So, in the future, I think that it's great to take everything into account. And of course, we are going to clarify. But there's an important decision here. This could be a marriage. This could be you guys uniting and you guys bringing ideas together. And this person, maybe expressing their vulnerability for you and vice versa, or accepting you the way you are and vice versa. And that's typically not the Six of Cups energy. But for me in this moment in time, that is exactly how I'm seeing it. So obviously, I think that this person is quite serious about you. And I think they do want a life with you, right? I think that it's important for them to know exactly what they're getting into before they get into it. And this is why they may be a bit indecisive during this time. And they may kind of retract their energy. They may wait for you to be very direct and for you to get your shit together. Metaphorically or literally, right? In body, mind, or spirit, or all. Okay. Physical, mental, emotional, everything. I don't know, but I think that this person is waiting for you to figure out what you want. And maybe you're waiting for them to get clear on what they want so that they can come towards you. It could be both ways. But we've talked about receptivity from the jump before pulling anything, okay? And that is the biggest message here. Let's go ahead and get into your energy and clarify that, okay? Let's go ahead and pull an obstacle. I'm wanting to backtrack a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull an obstacle a challenge, and an obstacle here. I'm going to pull 3 cards for that. An obstacle that may be something that has to be overcome during this. Okay. And I obviously kind of already see that. I just want some clarification on the obstacle at hand. What is maybe that wall to climb? Be running up that hill, be running up that building. If only God. That's from Stranger Things, but it's running up that hill. Also thinking of another song, don't know who it's by, Hills to Climb. Is it Vance Joy? Vance Joy, Hills to Climb. No, it's another folk band. Hills to Climb. I don't know, but I can hear the beginning in my head. Hills to Climb. I don't know who that's by. It's a folk band. Yeah. Could be a message in one of those songs as well. No, we'll put it here. Whew. I think that there is a lot of clarity that's needed. Okay, I'm going to move this. Oh, It's in my way. It's in my way. My way. My way. You are the one thing in my way. You are the one thing in my way. You are the one thing in my way. Hey. Two of Swords. You have the King of Swords. And you have the Ace of Swords. So there's something really blocking the mental aspect of this. Maybe you just don't see eye to eye. Maybe mentally you are not congruent. Like maybe you are just on different levels. Maybe it's not even just that, but like it said something, muddled, unclear thinking, Forest. That's one of the cards that I kept out. So Queen of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. So maybe there's a question of like, you know, how clear things are. You know, if you're both feeling this emotion, you know, how clear are you about that? How much has been expressed to one another to you know, really keep the embers burning, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify again. Sorry, I kind of sidetracked, but I just wanted to get some clarity. There's something about that here. We'll maybe touch back on that in a minute. You know, clarity on why somebody is guarded here even. Away. You are the one thing in my way. Could be a message, My Way by Calvin Harris. Okay. God, these cards, what is going on? I just can't get them to position properly. Like there's just something. Ugh. Anyways. So let's go ahead. And for the 20th time, let's try to clarify. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. You know what? Just tell me about all the cards. I want to know. I want to know all the details. No, I don't. There's like a lot of indecision. This is what's not clear right here, right? Tell me about the Seven of Swords. 3 cards on the money. You have the Eight of Wands, you have Death, and you have the Moon here, clarifying the Seven of Swords. So I think that at this time, we've kind of talked about it, but you're going through a transition here. You're going through something that is quite monumental here. You could be going through your dark night of the soul. You could have, you know, had an encounter with a huge karmic lesson here in whatever way that may be in the past. I think that there is communication here, emotions that are coming out of you, you know, things that maybe you have withheld from somebody. If this is a past person, maybe information that you've withheld from them and you're now coming forward with that. Maybe this new person, if you know, before, you know, you weren't really ready to express your emotions, express your emotions. I can't freaking talk. You know, maybe that is something that you're doing now. Or maybe you're having a hard time expressing your emotions because maybe you've always just kind of run away from things here in the past, okay? And now you really can't in this current energy. You feel like you are, you know, you feel like you're really drawn in by this person, and it could be changing your perspective and transforming how you emote and not running away and not ghosting somebody or not, not just neglecting those emotions and what you need and how you are fulfilled. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Ace of Cups. There's a bird outside, and it sounds like an alarm. Sounds like echolocation. I'm sorry. It just sounds like it's using echolocation underwater. Like a frickin' submarine is what it sounds like, even though they don't use echolocation. But like, you get it. Maybe you and this person are at a distance and, you're going to be traveling to them to make this work, or moving, something about moving. Ace of Cups here. Tell me about that. You have the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles, and you have the King of Wands. There's so many naked bodies on these original cards, and even on like the dupes from the Modern Witch Tarot, that I don't want to hold them up. But you have the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands on the Ace of Cups. I think that there is a lot of passion here. I think that there is a lot of the energy that you're needing to move towards this commitment, this connection. I think this is something that is so divine that you just can never be 100% ready for what is coming. And I think that you are moving towards this slowly, but you know that this person, or maybe even this place, is destined for you. You just know that whatever is coming next is a good fit. And you aren't really there at that point yet, or you're getting to the point of being receptive to that, but it's taking a lot. It's taking a huge transition, a lot of communication. You could be going to therapy, and really getting clear on being able to have this new beginning, whatever this is. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Maybe you're going to couples therapy. Okay. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and you have the Ace of Wands. So this is a really great opportunity. This could be pertaining to your work if this is not a relationship. But again, I'm reading on whatever comes to my mind, and I am going to still read on this connection. This is a really profound connection. I think that this person helps you in your professional life, or they are supportive of your professional life and giving you ideas and being encouraging and being loving and, every aspect of your life. Maybe they want to have family. Maybe they're supportive of your family. You can really see yourself moving in this direction with this Queen of Cups over here, because the Queen of Cups is showing up twice in this reading. So is the Sun. There's already a lot of repeat cards. The Moon's already here. The Hierophant's at the bottom of the deck. The Hierophant's at the bottom of the deck, and it's here in the future. So, there's just a lot of this repeat energy, and we're going to talk more about it as we get further in, but this is very potent. This is something that could give you a lot of success and a lot of balance, and learn how to give back to people, to love, to your community, learning how to really open yourself back up to giving and receiving, and balancing that out, and not feeling like you need somebody, but also feeling like you want to be around community, like you want to give and receive, from a place that's not lacking, from a place that is already fulfilled. And of course, most of us are not 100% ever fulfilled, right? There's always healing, there's always inner work to do, but you and this person make a really great team. This person, this love that you're embarking on, there's a lot of passion here. And I think that you want to make sure that it does stand the test of time, and that this passion lingers, that there is a logical aspect, this challenge here, that there is a well thought out process here, for this. Again, that was the Two of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. You want to make sure this is well thought out, and that it's not just boom, in your face, explosive passion. You want to make sure there's no indecision. You want to make sure that everything is unified and there's a clarity, and you can also have fun and be spontaneous alongside the clarity that you seek from one another, or you seek out of the world and your experiences, and you just want explosive passion that ignites something within you, that you can do anything, that you can offer your experiences up to the world, and you can be your biggest, brightest self with this person and around other people, because of the growth that you've done, and because of this person alongside you, and not codependency, but like being interdependent, right? Being able to having that just embodiment of they're with me all the time, even when they're not with me. And, I can stand on my own 2 feet and also, have their arm on mine, at different times and feel secure no matter what. There's just something about that. Maybe you give this person confidence, or this person gives you confidence. I think it's a bit of both. And not like egoic confidence. I mean, that we all want a little bit of ego. We all want to have a little bit of ego. Without ego, we wouldn't be able to stand on our own 2 feet and have our own confidence and, present to the world. And in any way, if it's fake, if it's real, whatever, we wouldn't be able to take that first step. But working from a place of ego, sustaining from a place of ego, is where a lot of major conflict comes in, right? Greed, addiction, infidelity, somebody really loving the way we look or loving the persona that we have could ignite feelings for multiple parties, in multiple parties within, right? Having too high of an ego and consuming could make us morbidly obese, or it doesn't all come from ego, right? But or consuming substances, overindulgence. Okay. Thinking, oh, it's okay. I have an ego. Like, I do this all the time. This is my jam. And this isn't not to veer that way, but just to state that you are not working from that place of egoic confidence only. It's, there's a balance and there's a mix of things. Maybe that's a part of what you're learning here. Maybe this person is helping you to assess that and move forward. Tell me about the Queen of Swords here. Yeah. So right now, the Queen of Swords is clarified by the Four of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. I think that somebody here is coming in, this water sign, or this person who is emotionally invested in you. I think that they are coming in. I think that you are curious, but I think that you are not wanting to accept this yet. I think, again, that you're being very logical about this situation and what it has to offer, what you can offer or what you cannot offer, what they can offer or what they cannot offer. You may think that they are moving too fast here. Okay. You may think that they are moving too fast here. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. You may not be able to 100% trust this person, but you know that it could be very prosperous, but learning to express those emotions instead of walking away is going to be very important in order to sustain something. Being vulnerable and having clarity over the situation combined together is going to be very potent for this long-lasting, sustainable connection. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you're very, very worried here. Okay, your energy right now is you are worried. You are worried that you're going to get hurt. You are worried that this person is not going to be who they say they are. You're worried that you cannot trust this person. And maybe you cannot. Maybe you are still working from a place of your past with that Eight of Wands, Death, the Moon, and you are not yet ready to settle down. Okay, if back to the marriage portion, because we were talking about this earlier, if you are married, this is going to be just a different message. It's kind of coming out. If you are married and you are adapting to this new person, this new way of life that you have been married to for some time, but you're adapting to the new version of them, maybe you feel like you can't trust them. Maybe you feel like you romantically have plateaued. Maybe you feel like they are being generous and they are passionate about another person here. This is a complete 180, right? But this is kind of a message that is coming through. And again, these two messages are meant to be separate. This is a separate message for a separate subsect of people. Okay. So, and if it is the same message, so be it. Okay. I don't really know, as far as that goes. I'm just reading how it is. And for me, it is a separate message. You are worried to commit to this person. You are worried that it is going to end in the same cycle that every other relationship has ended in. And I'm here to tell you right now, If you are not healed, okay, we talked about therapy. If you are not, this is back to the singles. If you are not going to therapy, this is for everyone, but this part is for the singles. If you are not past something here from your past and you are holding on to that, you are holding on to people, places, and things that no longer serve you, like we talked about with that Seven of Swords, and you are not transforming that and realizing those emotions and moving forward and working through that, you are going to be stuck in this energy. Okay? You are going to be stuck in this energy. You know why? Because you have not done the work. You've not picked yourself back up yet. And I'm not trying to be harsh, but you worrying about this connection, you worrying that if this is fated, you worrying about this being fated and, oh my God, are they my twin flame? Oh my God, are they the one? I've been there. Oh, I've been there. I've been there. I've done that. And you want to know what? Every time that you start doing that and you start overthinking it and you start worrying about it, you start worrying if they're going to cheat, if they're going to lie, or if they're the one, if they're my soulmate, if they're my twin flame. I'm very spiritual. I've never went into spiritual psychosis, but I will say that the delusion over two people, I've dated, multiple people in my life, but the delusion over two people. And when I say dated, that's not like a seriously necessarily dated. I've like dated people. I've seriously dated like two people, three people in my whole life. Two people that have met my family and otherwise met. So like, was it really serious? I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is not about me. But the point is, I've been in this energy, so I can talk about it. Okay. I've lived that, tried and true. Is that me any longer? No. Cook, snip, snap, chip, chat, cord cut. Because that's no longer my energy. I will, however, say that you are worried about this. When you start overthinking it, when you cannot pick yourself up and get, to have, resources and have people that can actually help you. Hey, can you get this sword out of my back? Hey, can you help me learn to trust again? Hey, when it's always about somebody else and never about you, there is an issue. There is unresolved trauma. When it is always, I can't. I just want to screech. When it is, this is so long. This is going to be a long message. But when it is ultimately about other people and worrying about other people, or maybe you're worried that you're not healed enough, and what they're going to think of you, it's going to bring something here to a halt. Okay. It's for the best. Maybe that's why you see the Six of Cups coming back around here, because this will be a person that you've disconnected from potentially. We're going to kind of touch base on that when we get more into their energy, because I do sense this is a personal, intimate connection. But there's something here about being, about being open to being generous. And if you're not really ready for that, don't act like you are, right? You can't sit there and communicate with somebody that, in the past this happened, but I'm open to new love. I'm receptive to moving forward with this. We became intimate, and now they want an answer. They want to extend a generous offer to you, and now you're scared. Okay. I think that's what's happening. And I think that you are, scared that the same thing's going to happen again, because you have not fully gotten past what's happened here previously. You've not fully let go of something that maybe you have done or other people have done unto you. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your person's energy. But yeah, until that is resolved, there's going to be that. There's going to be that continuous cycle in the Wheel of Fortune. Those fated events that are going to bring you to your karma, to your dharma, to what is truly meant to happen, what is meant to play out based on your beliefs about yourself and other people that are reflected out into the world. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your person's energy at this time. Tell me about the Star. Wow. You have the Seven of Cups, Justice, and the Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the bottom of the deck. So this person knows that you, maybe they're keeping their options open, or maybe they know that you are still working on yourself. This person feels at this time as though there is a cycle that's closing out. If this is somebody that you are married to, this may be a divorce that's happening. Okay. Or a separation that's happening at this time because you are working on the embodiment of a new way of living, this transformation, this emotional intimacy that's now transformed, or this physical intimacy that's transformed. And maybe there's a third party involved, or maybe they're wanting to leave you if this is marriage. Okay. If this is a marriage basis, doesn't have to be the case. That's how I'm seeing it. That's how I'm reading it. So you can take it how you want. But this is about this person and you constantly being in this place of, is this it? Is this it? Are we healed? Is this a new journey? Maybe they have options for their new journey and they're continuing to work on themselves, and they know that what is rightfully theirs will be theirs here. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Queen of Cups. Very interesting. You have this Queen of Cups clarified by the Queen of Swords, which was in your main spread and a lot of your energy here. The Seven of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. I think that this person at this time thinks that when they're offering love, their energy is, when they're offering love, you are very practical about the matter. You are very closed off about the matter. And you're both maybe wanting to find a way around this third party that's pervading the relationship. Maybe it's a family member. We talked about that earlier, about family maybe not approving, right? If this is a family member, if this is a friend, if this is a past experience that has, pervaded you or this person's senses, it is time to get clear on the roadblock that is really, really sitting there and just giving you a fender bender. The more you move forward, the harder the crush. The more you move forward, the harder the hit. Because you are not getting out of the car to physically try and remove the block. You are constantly going at the block. Not to be like super pushy, aggressive with that, but it's the feeling. Like it's like fucking bumper cars, right? And it's like, okay, example, like you're in a fucking bumper car. You can't keep hitting. The point of bumper cars is to hit, right? But you can't keep hitting if you want to go around and get to another destination. You have to maneuver around it, right? Or you have to get the other thing out of your way. Okay. But that's just what's coming through here. I think that there's a lot of unresolved issues. I think that this person knows that maybe you both have to still work through, or you have to work through together, or you have to work through separately, or whatever the case may be, right? Tell me about the Sun here. You have the Two of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, this person feels, this energy that they're in right now. I think that this person has a lot of indecision about this, because they can tell that there's something lingering here from the past, or they can tell that you may disconnect from this. They can tell that you are worried, you are concerned, that you are not all in. And that's why the challenge here is the Two of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Again, because there's a certain clarity. There's a certain directness that needs to be addressed here. Are you really ready for this? Is this something that you are adult enough to handle? Okay, it's very interesting here. This could be your twin flame, your mirror's image. We talked about like, oh, this is my twin flame. I'm worrying about it. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever, right? Doesn't have to be. But you have the Seven of Swords here with the Sun. and the Seven of Swords here with the moon. And that's just so funny to see that, right? I don't know. That doesn't have to be, but it could be. That past pain, you know, of things. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. They feel like there needs to be a decision that's made. They feel like you need to leave the past behind and really, gonna cover her naked body. You need to leave the past behind and really get clear on what it is that you want. They are willing to keep their options open for you. They are willing to keep an open mind. They are willing to understand that some things need to be closed out here. If, again, this is singles, you know, or somebody who isn't completely committed to this person yet, betrothed to this person. You know, I think that this person is a bit hurt, but they are ready to move forward with you. I think they're a bit hurt by the indecision, and it's making them a little less firm in their standing. Nonetheless, though, they are still standing. They are still here. They are still waiting. Tell me about the Hermit. It's like they're waiting on you. They're waiting, you know, they're waiting for you to get clear. They're waiting for you to make a decision, and they hope that you do have the clarity that you need. Tell me about the Hermit here. Yeah, you have the King of Pentacles, Temperance, and Strength. I think that if you, Hermit here at the bottom of the deck, I think that if you are not willing to address the pain of the past, and you're not willing to be open and honest with this person, if this is a past person, also this ties in. If this is a new person, this ties in. Even it doesn't matter, married, single, past person, if you're single, moving towards a new person, if you're married, all of it. You know, if you're not willing to be open about what has hurt you and how you want to move forward, and the inability to maybe move forward at this time, or the struggle that is being created, and being passionate and being loving and being 100% trusting of this person, of this energy at this time, you know, it could really hinder the, excuse me, it could really hinder the process of moving forward, of experiencing this, of being with this person. Okay. I think that this person sees a lot in you, and I think that they are, right now, I think that they are a bit indecisive at them coming at you as the Queen of Cups, and being very, very certain about it, being very passionate about it, being so sure that they can give you what you want and need. And you are coming towards them as the Page of Pentacles, and you are wanting to move forward with this, but they sense that it is rocky. Okay. 10 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. They sense that it is rocky, and, they do want this relationship, but they sense that something here has not completely been worked through, and they're not wrong. Okay. Maybe they feel that they cannot trust you because something here has not been fully closed out. The best advice I can give is make sure that things are closed out. There is a realization that's coming in here for this person. And while they are waiting, they may not wait around forever. They may be, a bit hurt by this, that you can't trust them, that you're not willing to enter this partnership with them yet. If this is a marriage, they are really wanting to overcome this conflict and get clear on what exactly the conflict is, and why you can't get over the third party that you said you would get over, or, why your family is still in the middle of this, or why their family is still in the middle of this, and how you can make this work and find a resolve here. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the future outcome. This person may be taking a step back while they're waiting. They may be disconnecting from this because you're unable to give them a stable, secure offer at this time. The Star and the Ace of Cups there, but they're not fully going away. I think there is an opportunity here, but we're going to talk about that. So you have the Moon, the Magician, Six of Cups, Hierophant, and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to go ahead and pull for all 5 of these cards. This reading is really long. Wow. Wow. So really interesting. Really interesting. 10 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Swords and the World. So this is very, very interesting here. I want to first start out by saying there's always multiple messages that can come from the outcome of things in the future. And I want you to be open to that. Okay, as we move into this. So you have the Moon, Judgment, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Let's see. So there is an assessment that needs to be made. Okay, a reassessment, if you will, that needs to be made. There is a realization that needs to happen here in the future about emotions and not being vulnerable, being so mentally clouded, not opening up, not moving on, because it is putting a hindrance on this relationship. And we've been saying that the whole time. So we're, obviously watching this. You guys are aware. I'm aware. I know. But are you aware? You're aware when you're seeing it and, from a different perspective, but are you aware in your day to day? Are you aware of how it has affected you in other relationships? Whatever this may be, whatever this was from the past or whatever this is, obviously that's still lingering here in the present. Are you aware that outside of when you are just talking about it in therapy, or because there's just something so big about that, or when you are outside of when you're just talking about it with friends, are you living your day-to-day life as if, it is no longer affecting you, as if you are removing the blockages, or are you just hitting the roadblock or not wanting to really get past the roadblock again and again outside of when you're actually actively thinking about it or you're forced to think about it? Okay. That's just something that's coming up so heavily here. And it is something that really needs to be addressed and thought about in order for you to move forward. You have the Magician clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, which is showing up here twice in the present moment, the 3 of Cups and the Tower. Okay. I think that there's a reconciliation here in the near future. Okay. There is somebody here that you really care about, that you really, really want to stay connected to. Okay. But I'm going to be completely real. There could also be a disconnection here. Okay. Because you and this person, no matter how much you want to make it work, there's just time after time. And I'm not really seeing what I'm going to read it as it is. Time after time, it's the same thing. Can we reconnect? Can we get on the same page? Can we manifest the same things? And something crazy happens every time. And if this isn't about something crazy happening and things crumbling, then this is about a very transformative moment happening here in the near future. A awakening. Something that is completely recreating its foundation in your life. Okay. And maybe the dynamic that you have grown accustomed to is reconfiguring itself. Okay. Because there's something here that has to change. There's something here monumental. This is all clarifying the Magician. There's something here monumental that has to change in order for you to continue this, in order for you to stay connected to this. And this could be a disconnection. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is because you do have, the Moon, the Magician, 6 of Cups, Hierophant, 10 of Pentacles, but it doesn't have to be, because I am seeing it both ways. You have the 6 of Cups clarified by the King of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So with that, I do think that there is clarity that's needed on trustworthiness, on, again, receptivity, reciprocity, being able to be that person and showing up and not working from a place of ego and what I have or what I don't have, or our relationship was this, our relationship was that. Oh my God, what do other people have? Blah, 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 blah. It could go on and on and on. Okay. But it's time for you to really get serious and get clear on the type of love that you want to hold on to or have moving forward. Because even whether or not you disconnect from this person here in the future, it is about you. And now that you're seeing this, you can take take measures that you feel you need to in order to do what is best for you. Okay. But it's very important that you get clear on this, because by you constantly being shut out, by you constantly being closed off, by you not being open to this and honest and able to connect to this or this person, there is a big loss that's playing out at the expense of that. Okay. So you have the Hierophant clarified by the Hanged Man, the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords. Okay. There's a lot of internal dialogue for you right now. There's a lot of introspection happening in regards to healing who you are and healing what type of relationships you've had in the past and the dynamics that continue to go on. And, understanding that sometimes you are the problem. Okay. Maybe sometimes other people are the problem, right? Whatever the case. But there is a lot of healing that's going on. There's a lot of this resting, really tapping back in mentally to yourself, allowing for the enlightenment, allowing for the regeneration to happen. Okay. Because you haven't. I mean, it's like, you keep looking at it square in the face, but you don't actively participate in healing. And it's going to force you to. As I said, it's going to keep showing up, and it's going to really force you to the more you resist it. Okay. And it does look like that's happening here in the near future. And regardless of if you stay in this connection or not, you may feel it best to disconnect. You are going to see growth. Okay. You are going to understand why you had to walk away from something here with the Ten of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So funny, because the Hierophant is here, with the Wheel of Fortune from earlier. And, but there's just something here about, maybe needing to walk away from something that is not helping you grow. Maybe, you're looking back and saying, wow, I really haven't done that much growth. And this is, again, why this relationship may be ending. Why this cycle may be ending, because maybe you are starting to grow here in the future. Maybe you are looking back and saying, wow, like, I've blamed everyone but me, and now this relationship is ending again. Or, wow, I have, not been healed. I've been moving from a place of resentment and pain for so long. I've been putting me first and me for so long that, what do I have to show for it? Is this worth losing everything? Is this worth facing the hands of fate once again? And, we all have fate. We don't control everything, but we do have a free will. And we do have fate that comes together to create destiny. Okay. And, oh, there's a bird. Sorry. I was just looking. I saw something moving, and there's a bird, a cardinal right there. When I see cardinals, I always like to think it's my grandma. I'm actually at my grandpa's house right now. And there's just one cardinal that's so beautiful that's always around here. It's the same one. Anyways, back to it. Have I done the healing that needs to be done in order to move forward? And, reflecting upon that and getting real about your past and maybe the hurt and the pain that you've held on to for so long is really going to free you from that and allow you to break free from the chains of the hands of time, so to speak, and really allow you to enter a space where you are willing to leave it up to interpretation, and you are willing to be open to different ideas of love, and, not always so rigid in your approach to love. And you're maybe finding that your rigidity is why you have had people that always rush in, because they're wanting to break the ice. They're wanting to rattle the cage. You know what I mean? And not in a malicious way, but they're wanting to come in because they feel that they have to. They have to approach you this way. They can't come in slow and steady, because it's like, show me what you've got. And they show you what they've got. And then you start to worry, and you're like, oh, well, they're coming on strong, and they're doing this and they're doing that. Worrying about everything, and this is from the beginning, worrying about everything, worrying about what you can and cannot control will be the death of you. Been there, done that. Been there, deaded that. Cut the cord, right? Again. But, you know, in order to have this happiness, you really have to have clarity. And you really need to make sure that she has a naked body, so you really need to make sure that you are breaking through and exploring new opportunities here and embracing what new connections are giving you instead of running away from them or shying away from the fast buildup despite wanting to move slow. Okay. And I think that it is going to help you move on. I think that it is bringing you closer to what you're passionate about. It's bringing you closer to, you know, fulfilling what it is that you need and want in life. But, you know, this hard lesson has to be learned. There has to be things that you know, we all go through things, but there has to be an expansion here in regards to love and your clarity on it. And, you know, where you actually stand with yourself when it comes to receiving this love. Okay. Because if you are not clear on what you want and how you want it, and you're not clear on what you bring to the table and the emotional and mental aspect of where you're at with yourself, so that you can be present for other people, you cannot be moving towards a relationship that is going to withstand substantial wins, okay, in order to receive substantial wins. So that is something to think about. That's something to think about as we move into this next chapter of you know, coming out of Venus retro, coming out of Mercury retro. Mercury's already went direct almost a week ago now. And then Venus comes out of retro today. Or has it already come out of retro? I don't know. There's also a full moon that's happening. But yeah, that's what I have here. You know, kind of an interesting ending because I just kind of like tapered off randomly there. But, you know, it's something to think about as we enter this new phase. You know, the love you want to receive and give, and how receptive you actually are, and what you've always known compared to maybe what needs to shift in order to get accustomed to experiencing new things and having a new outlook on love and life. So this is what I have for you guys. I hope this helped, and I will see you later. Happy almost full moon. And it probably will be full by the time that I put this up. But yeah, happy full moon, and to making great decisions, to realizing what it is that needs to change in order to move to the next best version of ourselves. So see you later.